Welcome, everybody. Before I get into literally anything else, Tough Claws is stronger than adaptability because I know someone is going to see it and think, why did you take away adaptability? Crawdaunt is the adaptability Pokemon. It's so good with adaptability. Why'd you nerf Crawdaunt? Oh my goodness. For those of you who are curious, Tough Claws is stronger than adaptability because adaptability changes the stab multiplier from 1.5 to 2 times. Tough Claws gives you a flat 30% boost to all contact moves, which is basically almost every single relevant move that he has. And honestly, the ones that aren't contact are boosted by Ruthless, which I'll get into, or at least like his good moves that aren't on contact are boosted by Ruthless for the most part. But back on topic, Tough Claws stacks with stab. Adaptability does not. Adaptability modifies the stab multiplier. Tough Claws multiplies with the stab multiplier. So if you do the math, 1.3 times 1.5 is 1.95. 1.95 is 5% weaker. 5% weaker than adaptability is. So you're trading 5% on your stab moves for 30% on your coverage moves. I think that is more than fair. More than fair. It is a perfect. I would take that trade-off any day of the week, unless my Pokemon has the absolute best dual stab combination of all time. Fucking Electric Ice. Even then, I would still low-key rather want the ability that boosts my coverage moves too, to be honest. Assuming that the Pokemon has good coverage, okay? So, I know people are gonna be like, oh, Crawdaunt, no, more adaptability. The main reason is because there's another water dark type with adaptability in his hack, and I try to take careful consideration into making sure Pokemon don't outclass one another and the abilities don't overlap if they're the same exact type, especially when it's dual type. At that point, they should not have any overlapping in their abilities whatsoever. So there's another water dark type. The Pokemon was not water dark type before. It is a new water dark type that is part dark and it has adaptability as one of its abilities. Crawdaunt gets Tough Claws because not only does Tough Claws make a lot of sense, obviously, but it's better than adaptability. So you might be thinking, okay, yeah, but it's still 5% weaker than it used to be. There's a +5 attack right there. If you do the math, I actually did it out of spite, just to prove it that it's stronger. I did the math to make sure that the new attacks that I'm going to give Crawdaunt is still stronger. I'm coming off so aggressively. I'm so sorry if you saw this and were like, oh, that's really cool. And I'm just fucking yelling at you. I'm so sorry. I know for a fact there's going to be somebody who's going to look at this video and not listen to anything I say and see the fact that it doesn't have adaptability and ask why it doesn't have adaptability. So I just want to address that. For those of you who already understand it, I'm sorry if I'm being pedantic, but yeah. So I made sure that basically 339 times 1. Times 2 versus 125 hits 349. 349 times 1.95. See? 125 base attack is 2 points stronger than 120 base attack with adaptability. So Tough Claws at 125 base attack is 2 points stronger. And you might be thinking, okay, yeah, but it still technically doesn't boost all my moves. The only notable moves that you have, early game you have stuff like Stomping Tantrum and Bulldoze, but later on you're going to be using, like, you're not really going to need those coverage moves unless they're 4 times effective, honestly. Your only really relevant moves that are not Tough Claws boosted are Surging Strikes and Stone Edge. And guess what ability boosts both those moves? Ruthless. So it's just a better ability, and it's also a much more fitting ability. That massive 30% boost in your coverage moves is huge. Again, it is only 5% weaker than adaptability is, and again, I did give it +5 attack, so it's still stronger than vanilla Crawdaunt. For example, vanilla Crawdaunt clicking a move is going to be weaker than this version of Crawdaunt clicking a physical move. I also no longer made it a special mixed attacker. Reason being, there is another water dark type. It happens to be the one with adaptability that is a better mixed attacker than it is. Not to mention, Sharpedo is also a mixed attacker, and making all the fucking water dark types mixed attackers is just not a good idea. I'm pretty sure Crawdaunt might be the only non-mixed attacking water dark out of all the ones I have planned. So if anything, that makes Crawdaunt more unique, and it lets me make him actually bulky. Given the fact that he's a fucking huge lobster, he should actually have some good bulk behind him. Before, he had pathetic bulk. I mean, Crawdaunt was purely a wall breaker. It couldn't even really run Dragon Dance, and it still can't now. However, in-game, it's a lot easier to get away with that because there's no Scarfers and shit to deal with, because Scarf is a bad item to give to AI because they don't know how to fucking switch out, so they never would have used Scarf properly. So no trainers are really going to have Scarf. If I ever do give them a choice item, it'll be a Tinted Lens, Specs, or Choice Bandmon for the most part. That's the only time I'll ever give somebody a choice item. Or like a last resort gimmicky type deal. Even then it wouldn't work actually, so never mind on that. But look, Dragon Dance is a lot better. You also do have a slightly better speed tier of 57, which does actually speed creep a couple of Pokemon, which is kind of funny. You also have agility to boost your speed, which is huge. But honestly, your speed doesn't matter. You're a tanky Pokemon. You can slap an Assault Vest on it and become even tankier if you're running 4 attacks. Or you can use reliable healing moves. You can use Bulk Up. You do have Molt, which is essentially Bug-type Recover, which makes sense given that they're, lobster or crawfish, whatever. Also, by the way, I love Crawdaunt. I love all crustacean Pokemon. I have a plushie sitting on my thing, so don't think this is coming. Like, I fucking adore Crawdaunt. I wouldn't do my boy dirty and nerf him at all. I mean, you don't need a nerf at all. Everything in this hack is powerful as hell. Nothing needs a nerf. Besides, like, maybe a handful of Pokemon. Even then, I wouldn't call it a nerf. More so a rebalance. So, yeah, Crawdaunt 57, it does outspeed all of these 55s now instead of being tied with them. So, like Exeggutor and Ampharos, Mega Ampharos, and other kinds of mons. Obviously, there are more coming. There will be more base 55s, but it's still pretty nice to outspeed those. So, yeah, slightly faster, but not really anything important. Again, you do have priority, so you have access to Aqua Jet, as always. You have Sucker Punch now, which is huge with Tough Claws. And then you also have access to Creeping Strike, which is a Bug-type priority move. And you have First Impression, which is another Bug-type priority move, which is great coverage and extremely powerful. And a great TM to have, especially because it's boosted by Ruthless. So that's a perfect segue into Ruthless because I actually haven't talked about it yet. So keep in mind, in this ROM hack, you do have access to infinite usability capsules, okay? And what that means is you can switch and should be switching between your abilities. So Tough Claws is as a weaker boost than Ruthless is. Ruthless gives you a 50% boost to crits. Tough Claws would give you a 30% boost to, for example, Wicked Blow or First Impression or Razor Shell or any of these moves. Those moves get 30% boosted by Tough Claws. However, with Ruthless and these moves here, the 50% crit moves, as you can see, you have to hold a Scope Lens. I'm sure you guys probably know what this is already, but for my new viewers, I'm going to quickly explain it. The fact that you have to hold a Scope Lens makes you slightly weaker, all right? For example, Life Orb, Tough Claws, Razor Shell on a crit would be, no, a bad example. Life Orb, or right here, I'll say Mystic Water, okay? Mystic Water, Tough Claws boosted Liquidation is stronger than Ruthless Razor Shell with a Scope Lens in terms of damage. However, the benefit of Ruthless is that you are critting, meaning you're bypassing stuff like Intimidate. You're bypassing attack dropping moves, of which there are many moves that drop attack now. You're bypassing defense boosts on the opponent's side. You crit totems, you bypass their totem boost, all kinds of awesome stuff. So that's definitely worth having. So those are 158 base power with Scope Lens equipped. Those will always crit, and you have Stab, Night Slash, and Razor Shell, as well as Jagged Edge, X Scissor, Slash, Cross Chop, and Cross Poison for coverage, okay? And I think I said Laceration. So yeah, you have great coverage there, all right? But where Ruthless really starts to shine is later in the game. I mean, obviously it's great already with the 50% crit, but when you have Tough Claws as your second ability, then it's like, okay, Tough Claws is still technically stronger if you run an item, whatever it may be. Once you get to the 100% crit moves, you are out-damaging Tough Claws by a significant margin. So the move First Impression, for example, Life Orb First Impression is stronger than Tough Claws First Impression with Ruthless is stronger, okay, than all of these moves are stronger with Ruthless than they are with Tough Claws, because you don't have to hold an item. You don't have to hold Scope Lens to crit. Okay, to crit consistently at least, because without a Scope Lens, you're only critting half the time, so it's kind of inconsistent and really risky, and I wouldn't run that personally at all. Unless you're not doing another lock, in which case go, fucking 50-50 dice roll, go ahead, I guess, go crazy. But First Impression is a great TM for them. Finishing Blow is another move they have access to, which can work great with their priority moves. So, for example, you can use Finishing Blow with Ruthless, take the opponent out, 78 base power move, and then you can use stuff like Aqua Jet and Sucker Punch with Finishing Blow, which is great. You also have access to Power Trip, which gives you +1 attack each time you click it. That's not a crit move, by the way. I'm just listing this. I'm naming this randomly. That gives you +1 attack each time you click it, so that works great with stuff like Finishing Blow, Swords Dance, or Bulk Up. Not to mention you get more boost each time you click Power Trip. However, it only has 3 PP to balance. Otherwise, you'd be able to fucking sweep every boss fight and just click Power Trip forever and not have to think. So it's still a great move, though. Incredible move. So yeah, First Impression, Finishing Blow. And then the really important Ruthless moves are Wicked Blow, Storm Throw, which I gave to him because the Pokedex says that he throws Pokemon. Like it literally says, this Pokemon pinches all Pokemon that enter his territory with its pincers and throws them out. Corefish's Dex entries say the same thing. So Storm Throw, perfect right there. Stone Edge and Wicked Blow. Those 3 moves, oh, sorry, and Surging Strikes. I don't know if I listed those. So those 4 moves, that's a moveset right there. You could literally just run those 4 moves with Ruthless and slap a fucking Life Orb or a Wide Lens is probably better, because those moves are all 90% accurate. All 4 of those moves are 90% accuracy, and in a Nuzlocke, that 10% chance can kind of fuck you over. Although you are a bulkier Pokemon, so inaccurate moves are a lot more viable on bulkier Pokemon. In my opinion, on faster, frailer Pokemon, you're really going to need to take advantage of that Scope Lens or some other way to boost your accuracy. Otherwise, you're just playing with death if you're doing a Nuzlocke, because that 10% of the time you miss, you're kind of fucking yourself. So not my recommendation, but regardless, play however you like. Point is, though, Surging Strikes, Wicked Blow, and Storm Throw and Stone Edge are incredible moves. Surging Strikes is slightly weaker than Wicked Blow, Storm Throw, and Stone Edge. However, you do hit 3 times, meaning you bypass stuff like Sturdy, you bypass stuff like Pasho Berries, Multi-Scale, etc. So it's insane. Hopefully I'm recording. I am recording, sorry. I actually haven't checked that. I haven't second-guessed myself on that in a while, but I just checked now. So yeah, Wicked Blow and Surging Strikes for dual stab. Dude, any boosting item with those 2 moves is insane. It's incredibly powerful. 125 base attack with 4 crit moves right there. And then, of course, First Impression is a great TM to be able to teach whenever you need it. Same with Finishing Blow is not a TM, obviously. Finishing Blow is a great move as well. So that's awesome. All right, that's Ruthless for you. Not to mention, Surging Strikes is not Tough Claws boosted. So you get a Ruthless boost, you don't get a Tough Claws boost. As for Tough Claws moves, I mean, basically all of your good moves are Tough Claws boosted. So, Wave Crash and Brutal Swing are recoil moves, 125 base power, 25% recoil. Crab Hammer is insane. Crab Hammer, I'll actually have to add them to the exclusive Crab Hammer section on the sheets. That's exclusive to only a couple Pokemon, and that is 130 base power, so it's the strongest physical water move, and it is eventually... So it's 90% accuracy still, but it always drops the opponent's defense stat. So it's 130 base power, it always drops defense by 1, so that's huge. All right, you can click Crab Hammer, then you can click Aqua Jet or Sucker Punch after and like completely obliterate even things that resist you, your stabs. Not to mention Water Dark is great, as we all know, I'm sure, that because of how good Crawdaunt was, or is, excuse me. It's a great dual stab combo, okay? And you, of course, have tons of coverage moves, as you can see here. I mean, all kinds of coverage. You have everything you would ever need. It can also be a great utility Pokemon. Again, it has good bulk now. Again, fittingly so. That it's a giant lobster. It should have good defense. It should have solids for def, especially because the text does say it's very hardy and it can adapt to any, which is why I had adaptability. It can adapt to any shitty water condition. So I think good special defense fits. Also, it just needs bulk, man. The fact it doesn't make sense to be any faster than, like, I would say 60-ish speed is the maximum you could stretch it without just getting ridiculous in terms of what makes sense for the Pokemon. And then special attack is useless on it because there are other better mixed Water Dark types, and Crawdaunt it's honestly more unique that it's a physical attacker, believe it or not, because all the other Water Darks are purely mixed. So yeah, on Loki, I think that's it. Again, great utility. It has stuff like Parting Shot. It's very tanky. It has T-Spike, Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is not that great in game, honestly. It's only for breaking Focus Sash and other stuff. It's not like it's competitive 6v6 where they're constantly switching out. But yeah, also with Corphish is great up until level 30. For when they point, you can catch it in early Akala, probably in like Paniola fishing or some bullshit. It'll be great, very tanky. 53, 85, or 65 for your water. Tough Claws and Hustle, both of those are great abilities. Hustle is buffed, so Corphish, essentially Hustle gives you a 50% boost, Tough Claws gives you a 30% boost, so Hustle is stronger. Not to mention you have stuff to boost your accuracy, or moves that flat out won't miss. So for example, Creeping Strike, Aqua Jet won't miss. Dive will give you an accuracy boost. Stomping Tantrum won't miss. Home Claws gives you an +2 accuracy and +1 attack. U-Turn won't miss. And then that's about it that matters. And Circle Throw won't miss. So those are all great moves that you have as Corphish for Hustle. And then, of course, you'll evolve at 30, so I'm not going to list every single Hustle option. But even just having stronger Aqua Jet, for example, Hustle or Ruthless is a 50%, is a 2.25 times boost on stab moves, while Tough Claws is a 1.95. On the coverage moves, it's 1.3 versus 1.5. So Hustle and Ruthless does outdamage Tough Claws. However, Tough Claws is a lot more like, okay, I can use any move really, while Ruthless is more limiting in your moves. You also have stuff like Focus Energy, which you could technically use, but not the greatest option. But yeah, that's about it. It's fine, Focus Energy, maybe for like very early in the game, like level 31-ish, right when you learn it, and then you would delete it later. But anyway, I think I covered everything here. Again, great coverage moves now as well. I love these Pokemon. I fucking love Crawdaunt. They're super sick. So hopefully I clarified the buffs here and they don't come off as nerfs to other people. I apologize if I sound very condescending in this video more than usual. If you're new here, by the way, hello. I'm not always like this. I can foresee somebody commenting on the loss of adaptability, and it's gonna irk me. Especially when I put so much thought into this kind of stuff. People just like haphazardly leave a comment below, like, oh, what happened to adaptability? And it's like, dude, listen 30 seconds of the video and you'll see what No excuse this time, all right? Sometimes if I say it 20 minutes in, sure, yeah, you get a pass. You don't have to listen to all 40 minutes and be blabbering on. But come on, I said it in the first 30 seconds. So, yeah, I will ban anybody who comments it. I'm kidding. Please don't comment it as a joke to troll me. It's gonna... okay, I need to shut up. Other notable things I guess I can say quickly. Payback is a 120 base power move that is negative priority. That's great for tough claw sets. Negative priority doesn't matter too much when you're slow, obviously. Hammer Arm lowers your speed, 120 base power, 90% accuracy. Those are both great moves to have until you get stuff like close combat. Although honestly, I would argue Hammer Arm is better than close combat, but Storm Throw is a strict upgrade over Hammer Arm 10 levels later, or 8 levels later, excuse me. Yeah, I think I got everything, honestly. Molt is great for healing. Leer and Scary Face are great utility. You can see what all these moves do down below in the description. I didn't mention that yet in this video. There is a very detailed Google Sheet link in the description. You can see all these buffs and changes to all the Pokemon. As you can see that I'm scrolling through, you can see it for all the Pokemon so far, and all the moves and all that really fun stuff. So definitely give that a look. And I do apologize if I came off as abrasive. I'm like half joking, okay? I'm not actually angry. It's just, it is a little bit of a pet peeve. I'm not gonna lie if somebody says that. So I'm gonna get all the troll comments now saying it. So I'm kind of setting myself up for failure. But yeah, thank you so much for listening this far. If you did, I appreciate it a lot actually. So thank you very much for supporting me, listening to my content, you know, leaving a like on the video, leaving a comment. That stuff does help with the algorithm. Lastly, you can also feel free to join my Discord server. It's also in the description alongside the Google Sheets. So do both of those things. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you, everybody. Oh, lastly, Smart Strike, Hustle, Corphish, Smart Strike, it can't miss, and also give you an accuracy boost. All those moves are great for Alcala Island. Obviously, you will be Crawdaunt by the time you get to Olivia. You might even be Crawdaunt by the time you get to Lurantis, no, depending on the exact level curve. But, you know, Corphish is still great for, like, that chunk of Alcala Island with Smart Strike, Hustle, and all that other good shit. So, yeah, Aqua Jet, Creeping Strike, etc. All right, I've talked for long enough. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. And I'm signing off. Also, probably... I will be playing Scarlet and Violet a good amount these next few days, so I won't be uploading as much. And then I have a bunch of other personal shit I have to do, like Thanksgiving, and then I'm going on a family trip, so changes will be slowing down a tiny bit, but I'll still be trying to get some of them done. And if I'm not getting changes done, rest assured I am planning things ahead and behind the scenes, so I'm not like forgetting about it. Don't worry. Thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye.